Kate Bush will take to the stage a couple of hours from now in what will be her first live show in 35 years. Tickets sold out in 15 minutes to her 22 dates in London's Hammersmith Apollo. There's been feverish speculation about what might be in store. Her 1979 tour was regarded as a groundbreaking mix of mime, dance, poetry and theatre, with Kate Bush appearing in character. It was broadly praised at the time. Melody makers Susan Hill said, "The performance was breathless, breathtaking, perfectly integrated." Robin Denslow reviewed it for The Guardian, calling her very impressive and an instant star. The Telegraph's John Coldstream called the show a dazzling testimony to a remarkable talent. But it was Charles Shaar Murray's review in New Musical Express that caught our attention. Here's some of it voiced up, along with some live recordings of that tour.
The Kate Bush show that's been wowing them, as in, wow, 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 we think you're unbearable, is a tribute to hard work, lots of money, and the old-style ideology that defines the relationship between artist and audience as purely that between worshipper and worshipped. An endless stream of sets, costumes, pantomime conjuring special effects, back projection sound effects, ranging from wind and rain to her brother's awful crypto-poetry, read in a portentous, echoing elocution competition voice. The Kate Bush experience is an exercise in the time-honoured art of battering an audience to death and making them like it.
Soon it will be the face of the moon when people tune in.
Her piano playing is competent but characterless. The style is neither distinctive nor expressive. Her songwriting hints that it means more than it says, and in fact means less. She hints at mystery and uses it as a cloak, whereas true mysteries always stand naked. Her singing is at least unusual. Her shrill, self-satisfied whine is unmistakable. Her dancing is more perspiration than inspiration. Completely lacking in sensuality or funk, it relies instead on a supple, well-exercised frame and enough ballet moves to impress people who know nothing about ballet. Altogether, a lightweight talent with one good song, Wuthering Heights, to her credit. Her mime is elegant sham. Great mime expresses everything. Good mime expresses something, and bad mime expresses nothing other than somebody's been to mime classes.
I hated you, I loved you too. Bad dreams and
Sure, what you do takes talent, but it ain't the kind of talent I respect. Enjoy your success.
Well, Charles Shaar Murray is live now on PM. When you hear that review now, Charles, do you stick by your word?
I think that it was probably a fair summary of the show I saw all that half a lifetime ago.
I know, it's a long time ago, isn't it? 79.
Yeah, half a lifetime for me and for Miss Bush. Basically, two things to say. At the time, I felt it was it was a throwback really to what David Bowie had been doing about 7 years earlier, and I felt that the music and the culture had moved on. Remember, we're still at high punk, and a lot of this seemed very dainty in prog. I mean, my idea of a cutting-edge female artist at that time would have been somebody more like Patti Smith, for example.
And yet you probably felt like the rest of the world was disagreeing with you when you wrote that review.
Well, that's something that I got used to quite early in my critical career, and I've learnt to live with it. The other thing I wanted to say is that a lot of the music that Kate Bush has done since that time, I've enjoyed far more. Basically, at that point, I thought there were too many half-baked dishes being served in the hope that they'd add up to a meal, and that, you know, she was a young talent whose reach exceeded her grasp. I much prefer what she's, what she's done since, and I much prered her
Hounds of
as
Love,
a grown,
Ariel,
as a grown up,
kind of
as a grown up artist, with things like Running Up That Hill, that wonderful thing she did with Peter Gabriel, much more to my liking. I felt basically it was a massive overreach for somebody whose art was at a very early stage of its development.
Can I just ask you in our last few seconds, a great deal of speculation now about the sort of show she can put on. Even if people feel like you felt then, do you think they'll feel able to give a candid critique?
Well, you know, I'm not quite sure how to answer that. I'd say that anybody
Briefly, if you could.
Okay, anybody who considers themselves a professional critic should be able to deliver a candid critique or find another line of work.
Charles Shaar Murray, thank you very much indeed. Now Nina Ridge is here.